It's live with Lockie. All right, here we are at Street Smart, and I've got Amelia from Healthy Harold here today, and she's out spreading the word to the kids about road safety. That's not just about that, but how you look after yourself too. So what else are you doing here today, Amelia?
So we're here, we actually, at Life Ed, where our whole program is about drug, alcohol and vaping. So a lot of our program is about drug education, which obviously connects to road safety as well, because we sort of teach kids about getting out and drug education. So obviously, like when you're talking about road safety, it's also about not drinking and driving. So a big part of those kids coming into age, coming to that sort of coming of into that drinking age, which is really that 15, 16-year-old age, partying as well. We've got a new program that we're just coming out called Not Just a Drink. Safe Partying is a big part of our program as well. So we're really into getting into that teenage years and what they're really about, sort of getting out into that party age group.
Definitely, I can remember that, this kind of age, like you say, things start coming about, you start seeing your other friends or your older brothers and sisters start doing whatever else, you start thinking, maybe it's my time to start trying that stuff, but then you don't think about how it's going to affect you if you get on the road again, or when you're walking around the streets, that kind of stuff, or outside of the actual event kind of thing. So,
exactly, especially when you get into like Schoolies Week as well, is a big part of our messaging, you know, and like going to parties, a big part of it is like driving there, and alcohol and smoking, taking drugs. The whole things all kind of go hand in hand in that sort of teenage, sort of like teenagers, I think, risk-taking.
Definitely.
And I think risk-taking is a big part of what teenagers start to get into when they hit that like 16-year-old kind of year level, is what we want to start talking to them about, is what kind of risks they're really getting into. And so what we do at Life Ed is we go into schools and we run seminars and teach them about making smart decisions when you're in those situations, and dealing with peer pressure when you're around your peers and you've got your mates telling you to do something, and being able to make smart decisions in a group environment. And I think that really comes into play, whether it's making the right choices around taking drugs, getting in a car, choosing to drink alcohol, whether it's, do I go to this party with my friends? Do I get in a car? Do I take drugs? Or do I go home safely, you know, at 2 o'clock in the morning? So, and I think teenagers are really the ones who want to start taking risks. And I think this is something that Street Smart is really about, and this is what Life Ed is really about as well. So we've got really common values that we sort of talk about.
Awesome.
So that's why we're here today, because Life Ed really is something very similar. So
sounds like a good choice by Street Smart to invite you mob down
here.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and definitely. That's why we're here.
I think it's a good space too as well, because they got that point there where you're almost a bit unsure whether to talk to your parents about this, talk to other people's friends about this, but having I suppose an unbiased adult like yourself to have that conversation about, having them to pass those messages on from you can help make better decisions.
A big part of like what we do, and some of our educators, we're sort of like young adults, like I mean, I'm not so young, but some of the educators that we have are sort of like young adults, like 25-year-olds who are not so scary to approach. And some of the educators that come into schools, you know, like those people who aren't their teacher might be a little bit more comfortable to speak to as well. Someone that they can kind of relate to. So sometimes having an outsider come in and talk to them might be someone who they can better connect with.
Definitely. And I know myself, remembering Healthy Harold from a kid from a very young age kind of thing. So having Harold being as an adult kind of thing might be easier for them to connect and feel like a safe space as well. So I think it's a really good choice.
I must admit, we've got Healthy Harold here today, has come out to Street Smart, but when our educators go into high school, they don't take Healthy Harold with them. He doesn't actually come into the high school, unfortunately. That's only something that we do in the primary schools. But we did bring Healthy Harold today, and the kids have absolutely been loving it. So it's been a lot of fun.
The kids seem to love the mascots.
They do love the mascot, but he only comes out for special events. He doesn't come into our drug and alcohol sessions.
That was good seeing all the kids getting the high high fives and the photos, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
lots
Hopefully
of
they'll remember it.
photos. Yeah, the kids remember it from primary school. But unfortunately, the little popper only comes out. Like, we've got these little guys here today.
Oh, that's
but
beautiful.
these are really just for the primary school kids.
Yep.
We don't bring them into our drug and alcohol sessions because it's a little bit goofy for the high school kids. So,
it was good to see him here today as well.
Yeah.
And I suppose, are there any other safety messages that you'd like to pass on? I've got a chance to interview here today. Is there any other things you'd like to pass on about Healthy Harold as well, or out to the community?
No, I think I've said everything I need to say, but I think our big messaging is about making those smart decisions in the tricky situations where you've got peer pressure around. And I think that's the big messaging that Life Ed is about making smart decisions, which is what Street Smart is about as well.
Brilliant. That's
so
it.
we're on message. So
a good final message you pass on there, like I say, look after your mates and be wise to your decisions, eh?
Yeah.
Thanks for the life education, and we appreciate that.
Yes,
and,
thank you very much.
Keep up the great work in this space here. Thank you
I
so
wish
much.
I could share more with you. I'm not actually an educator myself. I'm just working in the, I'm one of the sales reps. So our educators have all gone home today, but they will be here for the next couple of days.
Beautiful. Might be able to get one of them in and have a chat with them later.
Yes, maybe have an interview with one of our educators. Our youth educator will be here tomorrow, so you should definitely interview him.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you so
thanks
much, Amelia.
Lockie.
I appreciate that. And keep up the great work, Healthy Harold team.
Absolutely.
Woo!
All right.